What's up, ladies? How's everybody doing? All right. Hitting it off. This is another exciting show tonight, y'all. In fact, ladies, this is a 30 plus. Stop wasting 11 months of almost a relationship. Tonight, I'm going to break down an 11-month relationship. Hi, Rochelle. All right. We are about to get started. I'm just going to wait for a few more people to come on in, and then we're going to get right to the show. How you doing tonight, Rochelle? Can you hear me? Are we good? Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Just waiting on a few more people to come on in. Great to see you as always as well, Rochelle. So we're just going to wait just a couple more minutes, and then we're going to go ahead and get this show started. Yes, I am good. Thank you. How about yourself? You good? Very nice. So I'm all geared up for tonight's show. It's going to be about a 11-month relationship that went nowhere. That's what we're getting down with tonight. So we're going to wait just maybe another more minute. I'm going to go ahead and put on a little music while we wait. Michelle, thank you for joining me tonight. I know there's a lot of things you could be doing. It's a Sunday night. It's probably the night before you go back to work. But hey, you're spending it with me. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. One more minute, and then we're going to hit it. We're actually having a winter storm here in Atlanta. So it's like pretty cold. Like, ooh. Last time I checked the temperature, Rochelle, it was like 35 degrees. I'm afraid to even ask what it is right now. It is like that cold. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and get the show started. Okay. So, so if you're joining in, y'all, if you are joining in, I know. If you are joining in, ladies, if you're joining in, let me just go ahead and cut the music. Okay. If you're joining in tonight, ladies, tonight's show is about an 11th month relationship that went nowhere. Now, I know you may think this does not apply to you, and that's exactly why you should watch this show because many women, they are in relationships that feel real, but they're going nowhere and they don't even realize it. Tonight, I'm going to break down this relationship and I'm going to break down how to prevent this from happening to you, especially if you want to be on that road to marriage. I'm going to show you how to do it. Again, I want to say thank you for everyone for joining tonight. And we're going to go right ahead and we're going to get right down into the letter. So, one of my subscribers sent me a letter. And basically, this is how the letter reads. We were together for almost a year, 11 months. For most of that time, things felt easy. We had dates, routines, conversations I thought were meaningful. I even started picturing long term things in my head. Then, around the 9 to 10th month mark, he started getting distant, not cold, just less present, less check ins, less future talk. I asked him if he was okay, and he said yes. But he also said he was feeling overwhelmed. I needed to slow down. I thought slow down means still wanted it. He just needed space. But by month 11, it was clear something had shifted. We were still in contact, still friendly, but the spark and momentum weren't there anymore. I kept replaying moments thinking, but we were so close for so long. I couldn't understand how someone could act so connected for almost a year and then drift away without it even becoming official. It's left me wondering if the connection was ever real or if it was just putting, or if I was just putting meaning on consistency. This is a very big letter, y'all, because a couple things are happening here. I want you to notice how she ended the letter. She ended the letter saying, it's left me wondering if the connection was real or if I was just putting meaning on consistency. Now, this is the deal. The question isn't about if it was real. The question really is, did the relationship have direction? And that's the whole point, ladies. Did the relationship have direction? See, the thing about consistency is this: consistency without direction does not equal commitment. It equals comfort, meaning that you're seeing him all the time. So you get comfortable with the fact that he is always there. You don't get anxious because you feel that because he's always there, he cares about you. So he's not going anywhere. So you're not worried about him disappearing, abandoning you, or just ghosting you because he's always there. And I want you to notice in the conversation that she's having in this letter, she's saying that they were so close that they were beginning to create routines. Now, when you start getting close enough to a person where you're creating routines, this is basically you creating like almost a whole world, a whole relationship. I mean, he's probably coming over on the weekends, he's sleeping over, he's probably washing his clothes there, they're walking the dog, they might even be going to church. They got probably their own restaurant that they call the spot. They're listening to music. I mean, he has become a part of her routine. Now, the thing is this, she also talks about almost making it official. Now, what exactly does that mean? Almost official. They have routines together, they created this life together, but yet it's not official. What's wrong with that picture? Ladies, I could tell you a story from I was 8 years old, running around in primary school. I was talking about how I had a girlfriend. Now I'm 8 years old, running around in primary school and bragging about that. This is a grown ass man, and he has not made it official. This guy is playing a game, ladies. He's playing a game of stalling, because I want you to notice that in the conversation, okay, she talks about, I asked him if he was okay, and he said yes, but he also said he was feeling overwhelmed and needed to slow down. What he's actually saying, ladies, because she goes on to say that the momentum died, the sparks died. What he's actually saying is he wants the relationship, but he doesn't want the direction it's headed. Because she obviously talks about we're still in contact, still friendly, but the spark and momentum weren't there anymore. Meaning that at some point before that 9 to 10 month period, they had momentum. The relationship was going in a direction, probably a direction of commitment, a direction of marriage. So his language is he's feeling overwhelmed. He has to slow down. What he's actually trying to do is he's trying to take back control of the relationship. He wants to slow the pace down to where it does not lead to marriage. It does not lead to commitment. This is very, very, very important, ladies, because what this is telling me is no direction was set in this relationship. This relationship was really based on consistency. And I'm going to show you how he was actually playing a game. See, the first 3 months of a relationship, ladies, the first 3 months of a relationship is critical. And the reason why the first 3 months of a relationship is critical is because this is when a man's desire to have you is usually at its highest. This is when he is chasing you. It is at its highest. So when his desire to have you, to be with you, is at its highest, this is when he is the most open to suggestion. This is where, and I'm gonna be straight up with this. This is where you lay down the law. This is where you have that conversation. You set your standards, you set your boundaries, you let him know right up front that, look, I'm not interested in a relationship with a man unless it's leading to marriage. And the reason why this is important, ladies, is because of two reasons. One, you want to anchor down that these are your standards, and this is what you have to strive for if you want to be with me, or else you're going to end up in a relationship like this lady did. It's not until the ninth or 10th month, when the momentum has been obviously moving, that now we have a problem. Habits, routines haven't been created. See, when habits are created and they're locked in, it's very hard to break those habits to say, hey, what are we? Where are we going? During that 3-month period, you're setting up for the future. So there are no excuses as to where the relationship is going, because you're setting up these boundaries, and he's more open to what you have to say because of his desire to be with you. In 3 months, ladies, a man already knows your standards. He knows your boundaries. Whether you have created standards or boundaries, he already knows. And what he's doing is he is building up to whatever he wants from you. He knows how much effort and energy he needs to put into this relationship to get access to you and to maintain access. This is why 3 months is so important, because within that 3-month period, this is when he makes a decision to become exclusive. If a man is serious about you, because he already knows your temperament, he knows how to get access to you and maintain access to you, this is the perfect time for him to become exclusive with you, because he knows all these things about you. He knows whether or not you're compatible with him. He knows whether there's chemistry there. So when a man is serious about you and he wants to move into that space of being exclusive with you, what happens then is he's becoming exclusive because he wants to get rid of all of the distractions. The distractions that are going to confuse him when he's trying to make a decision in the direction he would like for the relationship to go in. That is the distractions of Keisha, Tanya, Becky, Mylene, and Maria. He takes them out of the picture and he becomes exclusive. So, with the lady that I just read about in this letter, setting up those 3-month standards, that protects you when you go deeper into the relationship. It gives you an anchor that if he's not moving in that direction, ladies, you can reel him back in and remind him of what you said in the beginning about a relationship. So now you're moving into the 4 to 5 to 6 month period or phase of the relationship. In the 6-month relationship, ladies, the routines are already set. They are moving. Notice what she said. They're going out on dates. They have routines. They have already passed this point. At this time, habits are already created. They are already formed and they are locked in. And if you know anything about a habit, they're very hard to break because habits are more about comfort. They're automatic. So if you have not had a conversation with a man prior to the 4, 5, 6 month period, during that 3 month period where it's critical, then the possibility of you changing him is a lot harder because now he's already used to the relationship being a certain way. He's already used to not having conversations about commitment, about him enjoying his life with you. So now, when you're trying to talk to him about what are we? Are you my boyfriend? Am I your girlfriend? Where's this relationship going? Now he's going to go on the defense. He's going to feel like you're trying to pressure him into something he did not sign up for. There were no boundaries. There were no standards that was leading to the direction of the relationship. And so everything you start to talk about, everything now that you're trying to implement for him, it becomes null and void. I don't believe in labels. I think that marriage is nothing more than a construct that the government created to get monies from us. It's just another way for the government to make monies. We don't need that. Look at the relationship we have now. Are we not having a good time? At this point, you have lost your leverage. You have lost your power in the relationship. Because at that 3 month period, when he is desiring you, when he is open to your suggestions because he wanted you, and you didn't talk about direction, meaning that I'm the kind of woman that wants marriage and not just a relationship that's leading to relations, you just lost your power because now he is locked into his habits. He's locked into that comfort zone. I'm coming over to your house. We're washing clothes together. We're going out on dates together. We sometimes even go to church. We're walking the dog. Why does it need to be more? We're doing just fine, just the way it is. So now we're moving up to the 7th, 8th month because this is an 11-month relationship. By 9 months, he knows you. He pretty much knows you completely. And you pretty much have a good idea of him. He knows what stresses you out. He knows how you resolve conflict. The emotions that you all are feeling, it's now normalized. It's normal for him to call you at a certain time, to come over whenever he wants to be there for you. You're now emotionally entangled with him. You're now attached. So there's no need to to break out of this system, this world, this relationship you all have created. Just because now you want to change the direction. And I really want you all to notice the moving pieces in this relationship. I want you to notice how she says, I asked him if he was okay. And he said yes. But he also said he was feeling overwhelmed and needed to slow down. He never stopped the relationship. The relationship is still open. And he's doing that because he still wants access to her. He may have slowed the momentum. And when he said slow down, that's his way of 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 performing a reset on the relationship. The momentum was taking the relationship in a direction of probably marriage. Now he's pulling back to reset it. Okay, so he slowed down on the conversation, but they're still friendly. She is still connected. He knows that at any time he can reignite the relationship. But for now, he wants to keep it at a slow space, slow pace, excuse me. But he wants the relationship. He just doesn't want the direction that it's going in. That's why when I'm talking about dates and going out on dates, ladies, I always I always attack the first 3 dates. Because the thing about the first 3 dates is this. That's when you want to qualify him. Because anything after that becomes an emotional entanglement or attachment. So during those first 3 dates, I want you to do the opposite. I want you to do the opposite of trying to learn what he's looking for in a relationship. I want you to do the opposite of trying to get to know him by finding out what happened in his past relationships. Because between these two things, he can lie. And you have no way of verifying it. Find out more, focus more on his life, focus more on what he's committed to. Because if he is committed to something, he knows what commitment looks like. And so he can commit to you. Find out what he loves. Finding out what he loves will tell you about his capacity to love and his capacity, his ability to love you the way you want to be loved. Is he creating a future for himself? Because if he can create a future for himself, he can create a future for you. Focus on him and focus on those 3 things. After you have qualified him based on his capacity, based on his ability, or his ability to build or do any of these, all of these 3 things, actually, then you can move into the next phase of the relationship. And always remember the first 3 months of a relationship. This is when a man's desire to have you is at its highest. So if you don't, when his desire for you is at its highest, if you are not pushing your agenda that you're looking to be in a relationship for marriage, he is going to take that as you're just looking for a relationship. So what happens next? He is going to strive to just be in a relationship. And that's not going to be hard. All that's going to really require is consistency. So his inability to move to the next level, which is marriage, that's going to be based on the standards and boundaries you set, the direction you set early for marriage. So he's going to be comfortable. He's going to figure out what it's going to take for him to get access to you, how much effort and energy he's going to have to put in. He's going to figure out how much effort and energy is going to require for him to maintain that access to you. But when you put him on a direction of marriage, now he has to climb the ladder to that goal. He has to strive for that. And that does not end until he reaches the goal of marriage, not just a relationship. Now, when he reaches the goal of marriage, is he going to get comfortable? Of course he is. But then that's another conversation for us to have on how to keep him on his toes while he's married to you. The thing is that you want to give a man instructions that lead to marriage. Because if you don't, being in a relationship for him is going to be easy. And that ease of being in a relationship is going to lead to comfort. And that comfort will prohibit him from going in a direction of marriage. He's just going to relax. He's going to be at ease. He's going to be comfortable. He's going to, you all are going to create routines that seem like it's a relationship. It's now going to become a situationship. It's going to become a relationship based now on hope, because there is no direction, there is no standard, there is no commitment, there's only consistency. And that's what's basically happening in this relationship, in this letter that I read, of the lady being in a relationship that lasted 11 months. 11 months. I mean, she talks about, I couldn't understand how someone could act so connected for almost a year and then drift away without it ever becoming official. Can you imagine me as a kid in primary school at 8 years old, running around talking about I have a girlfriend? At 8 years old, I made a commitment that I have a girlfriend. And this is a grown ass man that's been in a relationship with a woman for 11 months. And it's not official that she's his girlfriend. What are we doing? Where are we actually going or headed with this? Consistency without direction does not equal commitment. It only equals comfort. Comfort in the knowledge that he's going to be here. So logically, I'm going to assume if he is going to be here, he must care about me. He must love me. And someday he is going to marry me. No. We need direction. And it's very important that you create that direction in the first 3 months, not 11 months later or 9 months later, because now the momentum seems to be going in that direction. You just wasted 9 months with a man that didn't even care to officially call you or make you his girlfriend. And exactly, exactly, exactly. Men are no joke. He knows exactly what he's doing. See, when he said he felt overwhelmed, when he said he wanted to slow the relationship down, what he's actually doing is he's trying to get her to default to him the pace of the relationship, because he was losing control. The momentum was carrying the relationship. And so now he's trying to regain control of the relationship. He's trying to bring it back down to, I'm just consistent. We're going out on dates. We have routines. We're together. We're in a relationship. And that's all he was actually trying to do. All right. Kia. She better slow. Exactly. Slow down. Exactly. Exactly. So much time to waste. You have to be watch Rochelle. You have to be watchful and strict about your time to make sure it's not being wasted. And that's why within the first 3 months of dating, you have to make your standards clear. Because see, the thing about this, the thing about men is this, ladies. When it comes to relationships and the direction we want to go in, we make that decision really quickly, rather quickly. We know exactly what direction we want to go in. What we don't, the decision that we don't make quickly is time. Time as to when should we get engaged and when should we get married. And the reason why men don't make a quick decision on time, it's usually financial. Because in his mind, he's thinking, I have to provide and protect her. Are my finances in order? It's not about commitment because after 3 months of becoming exclusive, he gets rid of the distraction. Any man that's serious about having a relationship with you, it's not about commitment because he's going to get rid of the distractions and he's going to focus on you. He's going to focus on, can we actually go the distance? Can we actually go to the end? Can we actually get married and live together and be happy together? That's what he's concentrated on. So if a man is not trying to be exclusive with you, ladies, after 3 months, you might want to let him go. Because, like I said earlier, within 3 months, he knows your boundaries. He knows your standards. He knows whether or not you are compatible with him or not. He knows that there's a spark here of chemistry. He knows how to create to get access to you and maintain access to you. He knows your temperament. And by about 6 months, emotionally, it's normalized. You're living a normal relationship life with this man by this time. Habits are locked in. All right. It's good to see y'all. Shout out to Rochelle, Kia, and for Sean. Thank you all for joining me. So I hope this really helped because, you know, I really, really, really feel bad for this lady. I mean, in this letter, she's really pouring out her heart. She's talking about how how close of a relationship they had. I mean, she said we had dates, we had routines, we had conversations. I thought were meaningful. I even started picturing long-term things in my head. So everything I said, they already went through. They went through the 3 month process of getting to know each other, probably even becoming exclusive, or at least up to the point where he knew enough about her to make a decision to move forward into a relationship. Then he went through the period of 4 months, 5 months, 6 months. This is when the routines are set. They've been created, they're set. The habits are locked in. But yet, there's no indication of what our relationship status is. Nothing's official. They go all the way up to 9 months before now there's a problem. They had future conversations. I mean, you know, it's easy to say I could see myself marrying you one day. It's easy to say you are wife material. But what are the plans? What's the direction? What is in place that tells her we're going to get married? There is none, because there's no direction. There's just me being consistent, meaning that, excuse me, meaning that I'm showing up to have a relationship with you, to have a good time, whatever the relationship is. For Sean, praying for her healing and realize her value. Absolutely. She ignored the red flags and got lost in the fantasy world. And see, this is so easy. It's so easy to get caught up in the fantasy world because he is always there. So it doesn't feel like he's going to abandon me. You're not anxious that he's going to ghost you or leave you one day. He's showing up. So logically, why is he showing up? It must be because he cares about me. Why else would he show up? Your time is valuable. And that's absolutely right for Sean. Your time is valuable. And that's why it's important that when you are in a relationship, you are setting milestones. You're keeping track, especially within those first 3 months, because they are the most critical. This is when a man is the most open to your suggestions. And I'm sorry, I'm going to be straightforward. This is where you have to lay down the law, ladies. And I know it sounds like, well, you're controlling the relationship. But the truth is, he's pursuing you. You're not pursuing him. So if he wants you, these are your standards. If he wants to be with you, that's just the way it is. I was talking to a friend of mine just the other day, and I was telling them, men that are saying that women are not the prize, they're simply just delusional. They don't want to accept the fact that a woman that they may want, they're going to have to chase her. And that's what makes her the prize. You only chase something if it's the prize. Men that are usually women that are usually chasing them, for a lot of them, there's no value in a woman chasing them. See, value comes through chasing a woman by chasing her and winning her heart. It's just like sports. This is why men love sports, ladies. They love the chase of the championship. See, it's very important, y'all. And I'm just going to say this from my heart when it comes to love and relationship, and why it's so important that men chase you, men go after you. When a man chases you, ladies, two things happen. One, he gets to know you while he's chasing you. He gets to know what makes you happy, what makes you sad. He gets to learn what makes you tick and how he can fulfill you. And when he wins your heart, number two, because he chased you, this gives him confidence that when he is apart from you, you are going to remain loyal to him because he knows the time, the effort, and energy he put into winning your heart. And those are the two most important things in a relationship when it comes to a man chasing you. One, he gets to know you. Two, he doesn't develop all of these issues around jealousy because of what he went through to earn your heart. Now his confidence is in you and you being loyal to him. We don't need to play these games, ladies. What we need to do is just be an adult about it. Me at 8 years old, 8 years old in primary school, can be mature enough to say, I'm in a relationship. You all know what I'm saying. You a grown man and you confused, you overwhelmed, you don't believe in labels. Come on. We're just playing the game here. We know the truth. And the thing about men, we think in black and white, meaning we either in or we're out. How y'all feeling, ladies? How y'all feeling about tonight's show? The love bombing for Sean. Exactly. And see, that's where the game begins. See, another important thing to know about men, ladies, is this. Men are not as emotionally intelligent as women. Women have us beat by far. But the thing about a man is this: we know what emotional intelligence looks like. So we can tell when you're interested in us. We can tell when we're moving in the right direction to gain access to you. The same way you can meet a man and tell if he has the confidence needed to be in a relationship with you. We can tell by your emotional intelligence where you're at in concerns with how you feel about us. And we move according to that. For Sean, very interesting topic of conversation. Absolutely. Rochelle, this is good to me. I'm going to lay down the law on mine. Absolutely. Absolutely. Because you don't want to get into that 6 month, excuse me. I had a cold some back earlier, so it kind of affected my voice a bit. But absolutely, you want to lay Absolutely, Rochelle. You want to lay down the law, and you want to lay the law down as early as possible. You want to make it known, I am this kind of girl. Because if you don't, you're going to lose your leverage. You're going to lose your power. And your leverage and your power is his desire to be with you. And that usually happens within the first 3 months of the relationship, y'all. This is why it's so critical. Once a man moves beyond those 3 months, he's removed the confusion. Okay. He's decided to be exclusive. Now he's making a decision on which direction the relationship should go. So when you say that I want to be in a relationship that leads to marriage, when he's making his decision, that becomes an anchor for him to an anchor for you to question him when the direction is going contrary to what you told him you're looking for in a relationship. Now he can't make the excuse that we've been together for so long and now you want to change it and why are you putting all this pressure on me and why are you stressing me out about what are we? Can you not see we're in love, we're doing good? Why I got to be all of this? Now you have an anchor that you can anchor him down. When he's making a decision on being in a relationship with you, now he has to consider this. Well, she told me that she wants to be in a relationship that leads to marriage. So, in moving forward, my direction has to speak to that. I can't just move around. Okay, I'm sleeping over. We're walking the dog together. We're washing our clothes together. We're doing all the relationship stuff. I mean, we got a spot, you know, XYZ restaurant is our restaurant. That's our spot. We got our songs, but there's no commitment. There's no direction. Absolutely, for sure. I let it be known. Stay out of face with treating me like a cheap item on a clearance rack at a dollar store. For real. For real. And when you say who you are, what you are, and what you want, he has no choice but to respect you, especially if he wants to be in a relationship with you. You're actually giving him something to strive for. You're giving him something to measure up to. Relationships are easy, y'all. If you're just in it to just be in a relationship, this is not hard. All he has to do is be consistent. But when you're talking about marriage, well, that goal takes a lot more effort. And that goal is more than just a relationship. It's commitment. Commitment to achieving that goal. Relationship, well, okay, here we are. Now we're in a relationship. I take you out. We go out on dates. We're having conversations. They're meaningful. I mean, this lady, I mean, she she says it all. You know, she says stuff like, it left me wondering if the connection was ever real or if it was just putting meaning on consistency. Was the relationship real? That's not the question to ask. The question to ask is, do we have a direction? What's the direction? And it's good to keep score. It's good to keep score, ladies. We men, we do it all the time. That's how we get access to you, because we're keeping score. We're keeping score as to which direction you're moving in based on what we're doing. This is how we also maintain access. Okay. Yeah, but this was an incredible letter, you know? Incredible. And this guy, he has his game down pack, y'all. I'm just telling you. Dude has his game down pack. You know, he knows exactly what to say. I'm overwhelmed. That's his language. I'm overwhelmed. Slow it down. You know, that's the thing about men that are serious about a relationship. Men that are serious about relationship, ladies, when there's an issue or there's a problem, they don't slow down. They stop. They stop and they address the problem because they're trying to get to the next level. I mean, I'm in love with you. I want to spend the rest of my life with you. Why am I going to slow that down? That's not making any sense. No, I want to keep it going until we get to marriage because at marriage, now we can build together. You're mine. I know that might sound possessive, but I'm just saying. At marriage, you're legally mine. And of course, I am legally yours. But what I'm saying, ladies, is this: there are no more roadblocks. There are no more walls for him to climb over or break down. I get to see you whenever. It's official. Everybody knows we can finally be together. And if you're religious, you can finally be together in God's eyes. So this is good. This is a really, really good thing. Well, y'all, I hope you all enjoyed the show today. Um, I look forward to Thursday's show. And I actually am Tuesday's show. I'm sorry, Tuesday and Thursday. So I'm looking forward to Tuesdays and Thursdays show on YouTube. And then I'm gonna have a show 7:30 on Wednesday on TikTok. So I just wanted to thank everybody for coming out. I hope you all have a beautiful rest of the night. And again, ladies, please go to my website or just contact me if you want to send me your letter and you want me to break it down. And if you ever want to come on live, please feel free to do so. You can block out your cameras and we can just have a conversation. I'm going to go ahead and put my contact information here. It's contact at moreromance.love. Thank you, Rochelle. Thank you. So, with all that said, have a beautiful night, y'all. And I'm out. Thank you.